Hey, it's Davin, Hutchins, Managing Editor of VOA Middle East. I'm here at the ADC National Convention. That's the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee. And we are talking here with Dean Obeidallah, a comic and Arab American. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Wanted to talk with you a little bit about the Arab Spring.
Yes.
And what have you been doing? I know you've been on Al Jazeera and the stream and you're talking on CNN, but what role do you think you have as an Arab American in response to all the tragedy that's happening?
I mean, part of it is just to share based on my own experiences here in America with people who want to hear about it, either through comedy shows. If I was just there.
You're here, you're an ADC member, and of course you talk with your friends, Arab Americans. Do you think Arab Americans are engaged as they need to be with what's happening in the Arab Spring? Or could they be doing more?
I'm not sure what more they could do. I mean, they're engaged. Politics is in our DNA. If you're Arab, you're genetically predisposed to talk about comedy. I mean, politics all the time. If you have, two Arabs getting together, politics comes up within a minute. It's like, hey, how's the weather? Okay, do you see what's going on in the news today about this? So we're very engaged. I'm not quite sure what anybody can do. The media has really been great in covering most of the Arab Spring, especially with Egypt. I think people would probably like to see more coverage of issues like in Bahrain or Syria's getting a lot of coverage. So.
Yeah, we've been covering both Syria and Bahrain. In terms of your routines, are you talking about the Arab Spring at all, or is that like too raw to actually do commentary about? And if you do something about it, how do you approach it to not offend, but to enlighten?
Well, I mean, I have talked about it in some level. I've joked about it, but it's not. The audience I played to are generally all Americans, not even Arab Americans in the States. Most of my shows. So they're almost getting informed a little bit by the comedy. I'm not really worried about offending them because I'm not intending to offend anyone. If somehow you slightly offend someone you don't intend to, I feel like it's okay. But the audience in the States are curious to a certain degree about what's going on over there, and they do have an open mind, I think, to hear a different point of view. The image of the Arab world has changed with the Spring. It's no longer the terrorist or the victim of terrorism. It's now people striving for democracy and self-determination and sharing the same values we do in a way that was never. We were always told they don't share our values. Now all of a sudden they're on the streets protesting, demanding the same freedoms that we take, frankly, for granted. They're giving their lives for. So I mean, it says something. It's like the American Revolution in some ways.
We were talking earlier about social media. What tweet, story, video has affected you the most from what you've seen since things began
With the Spring?
Any country.
I think a lot with Egypt, especially. That's really, Tunisia I followed a little bit, not as much as I should, I guess. But then seeing the images on YouTube, watching Al Jazeera English on the internet, seeing the protests, seeing the fights at night, firefights, throwing Molotov cocktails at each other. Those are the ones I'll always think, and then just the sheer number of people in Tahrir Square there demanding freedom.
Last question. What would you like the Middle East to look like 1 year from now?
I'd like it to be as many places having an opportunity for their citizens to have self-determination, to have their own voice in their government, a way where they can have an impact, they can make a difference, and feel that they actually are listened to and engaged. And that would also take more economic opportunity and less corruption, to be honest. That's the only way these people are going to feel that they have a chance. And I hope it changes the Arab mindset. A lot of times in America we have that yes we can attitude. In the Arab world, a lot of times it's hard to dream because you're afraid your dreams will never come true. I hope that it's inspiring and it's in a sense of empowerment for the young Arabs there that they can dream big and the dreams can actually come true now.
Dean Obeidallah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's been an iPhone QuickTake with VOA Middle East.
Excellent.